Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SPTV, whether you are watching on Facebook or whether you are on YouTube. Good evening, welcome along. I am your medium this evening. My name is Joe. I am Medium Joe. I am from the Grimsby area, so any Notts County fans here, ready for the next week. But welcome along this evening. I'm going to do some live readings for you this evening. We're going to go quite quick and fast paced. We're going to explain this as we go through. We're just going to say some hellos first as well. So we've got Alison here. Alison, good evening. Lovely for you to come along. I understand Alison's come back especially for this evening, so thank you. Lovely to have you along. We'll just see who else is popping up. We've got Chris Pilly, if that's correct how I spell that. Hi, good evening, sweet. Lovely to speak to you. Thank you for joining us. And we've got Yvonne Jackson as well. So Yvonne, thank you ever so much. Bless you for joining. Thank you. And we've got Mel Walker as well from Australia. So thank you ever so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. And Avril Riley. Hi, good evening, sweet. God bless. From Ireland as well, buzzing. And Tony Wright, good evening. Have we got any people from Grimsby? That's what I want to know. Is there anyone from Grimsby that's watching this evening? And good evening, Ruth. Thank you ever so much for joining. Hopefully you can have a lovely time this evening. This is your first time that's watching. Fingers crossed. And Terry, thank you ever so much for joining. And Mary, hi, good evening. And Suzanne Richards, hi, good evening. And I'm going to just very quick thank you, Richard and Veronica, who set all this up, and everyone else that does SPTV. That hard work they do, unbelievable. Always grateful for them doing that. And Chelsea Dawson, thank you ever so much for joining. Thank you. And we've got Pat as well. Hi, Pat. I can't see. From. Oh, you're new. Hi. I thought I was going to say he's from somewhere. Hi. Hello. Good evening. Yes. Oh yeah, I didn't say it from Liverpool, and Liverpool badge. And Chelsea, thank you ever so much for joining as well. And Arlene Clark, hi, God bless you. If I change slightly wrong, because I've got a bag across the top of my screen from Dundee. Perfect. I'm in Scotland, soon off to Edinburgh Fringe. Cannot wait. And Suzanne as well from South Wales. Hello, thank you on Facebook as well. Amazing. Okay. And Diane, hi, good evening, Diane. So, perfect. Right, I was just going to go through and say hello. Right, guys, here's how it works this evening. I want you to push and test me, okay? I want you to put comments on. I will be drawn to people who I want to speak to, okay? I'd rather get no's all night long than you just say, yeah, that makes sense, okay? So I'm going to go directly to people. So I want you to start putting comments saying hello, that you're here, and I will pick someone, okay? And let me speak to that person directly. You might see me shiver, you might see me talk to myself a little bit. It's just part of that process. So let's get started. Let's get those comments up on the screen, Rich, and let's just see who we're drawn to first, please. Okay. That's fine. Right, let's go to Shiv, please. Shiv Murray, I think it was before. Yeah, please, can we speak to you? Is that okay? Right, just bear with me. Ooh, okay, that's fine. Shiv, I just want to talk about this male that's stepping forward on Dad's side of the family first. I just want to bring this older male and this grandfather figure that's stepping forward, okay? He just scratched his head as he's talking to me. He said, oh, haven't things changed recently? So he talks about all the change and the flux that's going on around you at the moment, okay? But positive and also some challenges that he wants me to acknowledge. He also says to me as well that he's been over there quite a while. So Sweet should just want to acknowledge grandfather, I believe on Dad's side, that's in spirit. And he also acknowledges that there's that distance there. So I don't know if he passed a long time ago or didn't necessarily have much to do with him, but he just wants to step forward. He also says to me as well, and that's fine, he's got this male ship that connects with you. And I just want to explain this. It feels like a friend connection, or it feels slightly wider, but there's this chap that passed unexpectedly. So this isn't an accident. I think it's a car accident. And it connects more of a friend because he wants me to acknowledge that reference there. He also says to me, Shiv, as well, and if you can just pop in the comments for you, if this is making sense to you. He also talks about this older lady that steps forward on Mum's side of the family as well. Okay, so he brings in this grandmother figure for you as well. Okay, she just stands there and as she talks to me, she wipes tears away from your eyes. So she's been watching us get tearful and upset. It's all about having to be resilient, having to be strong, and having to push forward and persevere. Okay, so there's lots of changes going on. Symbolically, I see boxes being packed or moved. So either that's changing relationship or that's process to someone moving, but there's that acknowledgement there that they'd want me to talk about. I just want to go back to this grandfather type figure that stepped forward and just said to me, do you know what? We're the one that put the big white feather in front of us. So whether that be at home or whether that be in the garden, whether that's been out and about walking, they want me to acknowledge that with you, okay? I don't know how this connects, whether it connects originally to that man that passed in the accident or passed tragically, or this connects in some other way, but I've just had someone just put pressure on the back of my head as they're talking to me. So there's reference to someone that passed with an injury to the back of their head as well. But because of that link, I can't kind of work out who that is, okay? So Shiv, that's all the information that I just wanted to give to you. It's about being strong, it's about being resilient, it's about keeping going and being strong and just focusing on direction you're going, okay? The thing I just want to say to you as well is this isn't something that's going to happen. This is something that has happened. So either you must work with children that have got disabilities or autism, or there's a reference to that connection somehow. There's something about that's significant and symbolic in our life as well. So Shiv, I'm going to leave their love with you if that's all right, sweet. I'm just going to say God bless. And Richard, unless we can see those comments coming up, can we just please move on to the next? Just bring some more comments through. That's fine. That's fab. So we'll wait for Shiv to put them up, but let's get some more readings going through. This is the pace that we're going to go through tonight, guys. It's going to be quick and fast and just going as fast as we can. And whilst Richard's just doing that, I've got a page on Facebook. It's at MediumJoe1. It's got the Humber Bridge in the background. Please like and share and follow. You know, would absolutely appreciate and love the support for that as well. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Okay, let's keep going through these. I should be paying attention to who's coming through. That's fine. Okay. Okay, we'll go to Karen, that lady before. Karen, I didn't quite catch her last name, if that's okay. Ah, yeah, Karen Mackian. If we may speak to you, sweet, if that's okay. I've got this mail that's just come and stood behind you. So I want to talk about Dad's side of the family. I'm not overly sure if that's uncle or father figure, but it steps forward on that side, okay? And he just says to me, oh, will you tell her we've got the lady with her? So we'll deal with that in one moment. But I want to acknowledge his fatherly because it has to be Dad, Karen, that would be in spirit, because it's that sort of connection. I think it's uncle, I think it's Dad that's stepping forward, okay? He talks about whether this is with him or whether it's with this female that we want to acknowledge in a moment, about this cancer condition that would be, that he'd want me to acknowledge as well, okay? That's fine. He just talks about this man's breathing being laboured and difficult, okay? That's absolutely fine. Karen, the way he talks about things, I wonder if we've had a lady that's more recently passed that we'd want to acknowledge and connect to, because he keeps bringing these sensations through this more recent female that he'd want me to reference, okay? That's absolutely fine. And he says, oh, ask about the cigarette tin. So there's a tobacco rolling tin, I think that someone must have, not necessarily his, but that must be passed down in memory, because he wants me to acknowledge that as well. Hi, you're all right, buddy. And Karen, as we just continue through with this suite, there's another male that steps forward as well. So I don't think it's brother. I wonder if we've got an uncle in spirit on mum's side as well, because there's this male that's just come and stepped into mine and just wanted to be acknowledged. That's fine. I don't, just bear with me, I'll chat to him. I don't understand that's the 3rd of January or June. It's this 3rd connection. So it's this 3rd of a month, whether it be 3rd of January, 3rd of June, or 3rd of July, but he wants me to acknowledge that as a relevant date, okay? That's absolutely fine. And who is this lady? And I'm not overly sure who this lady is. I'm a bit reluctant to say it's mum or grandmother, but it's this, they keep directing me back to her, and she just chuckled and said, oh, ask her if she's found the ring, ask her if she's found this ring. So it's about a ring either going missing or fallen off, or there's something about this ring that's really significant that she wants me to talk about. And she also talks to me about this, that's a border collie, isn't it? She talks to me about this border collie that would be with them in spirit as well, okay? So someone's lost the dog as well, because they want me to acknowledge that connection there as well. They said to me they know about the headaches. So someone's been getting quite severe headaches recently as well, because I feel like there's pain, there's pang in my forehead as they're talking to me. So they want me to acknowledge that connection there with you as well. That's fine. Is that here or is that in spirit? Is that past or here? Past. Again, they take me back to this person that needed treatment for cancer, and it's this reference, because at first I wasn't sure if someone was going through that now, but I wonder if it goes back to that about someone having to have that treatment, having the impact that had on them, okay? That's fine. They talked to me about William as well. Now, they place that name up in spirit, but I wonder if that's someone's middle name that's here as well, because they talk about that being passed down somehow, okay? So, Karen, there's lots of different spirit personalities and energies that are around you, okay? it's reference to this father figure, and it's reference to this other lady that's passed more recently that they wanted to acknowledge. And honestly, I assume it's mum rather than gran, but I just cannot get her in just as strong as I'd want to. So I'm going to leave her, the shout Mary as to talk to me as well. So I'm going to leave their love with you, if that's okay, sweet. I'm just going to say, God bless. And Richard, if we just keep those comments just coming through. Okay, so they're just going to come up now, guys, so just bear with me. Da-da. Okay, let's just keep going through. Can we go to, we'll go to Melissa Scott, if that's okay, just that lady before, if that's all right. Yes, yeah. So sorry, Melissa, I was just sat thinking away to myself. Okay, Melissa, we're going to work slightly differently with you. We're going to work psychically with you. We're going to talk about these spirit personalities that are just stepping forward. They just make me do that. They just make me hold my head and kind of just feel frustrated. Now, when they do that, that's often reference to relationships. That's often change in relationships around us. So that's either with our partner or that's in our family dynamics. But they talk about that being an issue for us, okay? They also talk to me, so I use this word, and going back, and guys, I'd always rather be honest with you rather than be wrong. I don't want to offend anyone or upset anyone, but there's this sense about a previous relationship that felt volatile in nature, so it felt quite frantic and quite strained that they'd want me to reference as well, because I can feel this arguing and shouting around me, okay? And I know, don't think this is, so this isn't you. This is something that's previously happened. This is issues around someone having problems with substances, so around cocaine. That would be a factor within that as well, because they want me to acknowledge that with you. We will talk to you about that, okay? So we've got this older lady that steps forward on mum's side of the family. So there's like grandmother figure that's stepping forward, that's just instantly stepped forward. And it's almost like she makes me want to sit up straight. And it's about telling you to have that confidence and believe in yourself, okay? And it's lots of that sort of inner dialogue that we have, that we just go round and round, just beating ourselves up, okay? So she wants me to reference that with you. Symbolic, interesting was it? So I think you commented before, and I think this is something that came up before around, so I think you must have said hello earlier, or you must have said hello, because this is flashing back in my mind, but they've just put a handcuff on me, and I've seen someone handcuffed to something. So I just want to break this down, because I don't think that's about a previous partner being arrested or you being arrested, but would you understand the story about someone being handcuffed to a rail, or on a night out, or on a stag do or hen do, about someone being handcuffed to something? Because that's kind of what it feels like. It doesn't feel volatile or negative in nature. It feels jovial in nature, okay? So can I ask you just to think about that, like, a random thing to say, okay? And so I just feel like there's lots of positive change going on around you as well, okay? So just want to acknowledge about this connection with you, about transition. So it's about transition, about what, this has to be work-related stuff that they talk to me about, and we'll talk about that as well. Who lost that? So sweet, there's a child in spirit as well. There's this baby that was born and then taken to spirit as well, sweet, because they want me to acknowledge that. Okay, so they talk about this child. Now, I don't necessarily think this is yours, but I think it's a baby girl, because they place a baby girl in my hands, okay, and they just say she's with us and she got the rose, or she got the roses. It's that connection there, okay? That's absolutely fine. We can talk about that. They say to me about Lily as well, so they want me to acknowledge this connection with the name Lily. That's important as well. Now, that for me feels more, it's like, is it connection to a younger person or a child rather than a person in spirit. So just want to give you that as well, okay? That's absolutely fine. Well, so it's this grandmother figure that kind of stepping forward, and it's about just what direction you're going in. It's about, I guess, her saying that we need to check ourselves and just remind ourselves about what direction we're going and to stay on that path. And it's that simple, okay? It really is that simple. So Melissa, I'm going to leave their love with you. I don't know if Hughes or Howard is important, by the way, as a last name. I wonder if it's Hughes. But anyway, I'm going to leave their love with you, sweet, if that's okay. And I'm just going to say, God bless. So Richard, if we can just keep those comments coming through, please, sir. Okay, that's fine. Let's keep going through. Can we go back to the lady before, please? Sorry, is that okay? Not the one before that, please, which I didn't quite catch your name. No, the one before that, please, if that's okay. That, we'll try with Carrie, if that's okay. We'll try with Carrie. That wasn't who I was wanting to go. You said there's a lady just popped up there who is Savannah, who is a lady in my life who's just absolutely amazing. Mr. Haigh, Savannah, good evening. Thank you ever so much for watching. Yeah, if we can just go back to Carrie, please, if that's okay. We'll try to read for Carrie for one moment. And so Carrie, we're just going to make this connection with you, if that's okay. We're going to bring through grandparents and stuff, but I just want to talk about this opening up, this connection with you, about building this link with spirit, okay? Because it feels like there's this sense about this development, this spiritual development that's just connecting with me, because I just feel like my chakras are opening up, okay? So talk to me about that. Carrie, I wonder if there's been this sense as well, that's fine, we can talk about that you've either been sensing things more often or you've seen something recently, but then that we've got the opposite end of that doubt as well. You know, we've got the opposite end of that doubt. So we've got this connection whereby we must be seeing things or feeling like we're sensing things more pertinently, and yet there's this skepticism on your part as well. So there's real like sort of that's this dialogical thinking that's kind of going on, dialectical thinking that's kind of going on there. But I also want to talk to you about this other individual that's stepping forward as well, okay? So I just want to go across the dad side of the family. So Carrie, if this is dad, that's fine, but I think this is probably an uncle figure that steps forward on dad's side. So would you understand that as well, please? Because they want me to make that connection with you there as well. That's fine. And just bear with me, because is that in spirit or is that here? Is that alive or past? That's past. So they talked to me about the lady that had the issues with the breast cancer. So I feel like this sensation. So I don't think this is now. I think this is something that's happened. This lady must be in spirit as well, because there's this other wider energy that just connects with me. I don't think that's mom. I think that's gran. I don't think that's auntie. I wonder if that's a friend or if that's in-law side of the family, because she just steps forward in a slightly different way, okay? So they just want me to acknowledge that connection there as well. Lots of positive things going around you, lots of positive changes. But I also feel like this really strong healing sense from you as well, Carrie. So whether you've been getting Reiki or you're looking at doing Reiki, but there's this really strong pulsating sense of this healing energy that just steps forward, okay? So Carrie, sorry, I've been calling you Carrie, that's everything that I need to say. So I'm going to leave their love with you, if that's okay, sweet. And I'm just going to say, God bless. And if we can, Richard, please, let's go to the next one. And let's just see how many people we can just get through this evening. Oh, we'll go back to that lady before Lisa, if that's okay. Yes. Millie, that's it. Sorry, I didn't catch your name. Sorry, I was chatting to some... Okay, Millie, I assume I'm with you. Oh, Millie, would you? We can rule out possibly brother. I think it's probably. I think it's probably a friend connection. I think his uncle. I've got this younger male that's just stepped forward. That's kind of just swooped into my mind. That's why I was chuckling a little bit. So Millie, would you understand that we've got a male in spirit that passed from just either via his own means, through his own misadventure, or through some form of accident? Because he talks to me about this connection, about wanting to make this contact with you. So I just need you to just put yes or no with that, please, if that's okay, sweet. Because if we can, then we can build on that. Okay, that's fine. I just want to talk about, as well as we step forward, there is this older male that kind of steps forward on mum's side of the family. It feels like a grandfather figure. Now, really interestingly, he talks to me about this connection with going to caravans. So I don't know if someone's planning to go on a caravan holiday to Wales, or there's connections with him to Wales, or there's connections with that historical link about going there, but there's that connection and reference there that they want me to make, okay? That's absolutely fine. We could talk about that, sir. So I've got this male that's still stood around me quite a lot. He's like hovering around me in my mind, just this circling around you as he connects with me. That's absolutely fine. And he laughs about your personality as well. He laughs about that cheekiness as well, that mischievousness. And I want to say that in a really positive say, this mischievousness that he wants to connect with us as well. Okay, that's fine. Now, interestingly, is he brings through that connection, and I just ask him, is that now or was that you? No, that's now. Okay. Again, Millie, I'd rather be honest with you and rather be wrong. But I want to talk to you about, he knows about the person that's been smoking the cannabis. So that's not you, because that feels like a male, but he knows about that connection, that someone's been smoking that around us. Yeah, someone's not been growing that, have they? Someone's been smoking that around. So he talks about that as well, okay? Millie, or Richard, I don't know, was Millie able to verify the younger male that come through? Okay, because I can see him, Millie, I can see him on a crosser. That's the thing. I can see him on this crosser motorcycle. So I'm not saying that's how he passed, but there's this sense that would be a reference. That's fine. Okay, perfect. Richard, my screen's still all right there, sir. That's absolutely fine. Yep, perfect. That's fine. I'm not going to touch the screen again. Perfect. is that this chap, he's just very cheeky, he's just very playful, he's just very interesting to connect with, but he's very, very very interested in what's going around you, very protective of you as well, okay? And he just sort of laughs and he says it's always about having to look after ourselves. So he means this again in a very nice and very positive sense, but around how just how assertive you are and how dominant you are, in the sense around having to fight and just be independent. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. That's perfect, sir. Just give me this connection. He's laughing about this scenario where he's seen you walk up the street and have to almost have like an argument with someone else, or I had to put your point across, and he's laughing about that as well. So just that spark and that feistiness with you that he talks about, okay? So as similar to the lady before, there's actually a child in spirit that will connect with us as well, okay? So he wants me to acknowledge about this child. Now, I don't think this child was born and taken to spirit in the sense that it was full-time. I think this was either a slightly later miscarriage, but they want me to acknowledge that reference there as well, okay? So sweet, lots of different energies just coming through there. They also talked to me about the Pandora charm. I think it's Pandora charm. This charm's that's relevant as well, okay? So they want me to acknowledge that. That's significant for someone in spirit. So Millie, I'm going to leave, before we do go, sorry for clicking, he's laughing about your TikToks as well. Like he's actually on the verge of wetting himself about these TikToks that you've been doing. So yeah, he wants me to acknowledge that as well, okay? That's absolutely fine. So sweet, I'm going to leave their love with you, and I'm just going to say God bless. And I just wanted to say very quickly to Savannah again, just thank you ever so much for watching, sweet. I genuinely appreciate it. Appreciate all your support and help. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Oh, can we go to Kim? We'll go to Kim Byrne if that's all right. We'll just go straight to Kim. That's fine. Okay, Kim, interestingly, there's just building this link with you. See, this is the thing when we do this, guys. I'd rather be honest with you and be wrong, you know, and it's straight out the box. And Kim, is a link with you. Someone comes and sits next to you, and when they come and sit next to you, it tends to be contemporary. It tends to be brother, sister, cousin, friend, partner. I think this is brother rather than a partner or husband. But would you understand it in one of those two contexts, please? Think it's brother. There's this connection, this male that's just come and sat down next to you. Okay. Because instantly that's fine. And Kim, interesting. That's very interesting. Thank you for that. Someone just said, "Oh, I'm Richard as well." So there's this reference. This other person that acknowledges this reference. So sorry, Richard. Did you say that she understands that? Perfect. That's absolutely fine. Isn't that interesting? Just on that connection there, guys, and the mechanics behind this, because that's what it's about. Good mediumship is about the mechanics, understanding the mechanics about it and trusting it. If you have a system in place to understand how it all works, kind of makes it flow a little bit easier. Sometimes you just got to trust like gut. Right, second, there's that acknowledgement there. There's this connection to this Richard as well. However, that I think that's probably in spirit rather than it is rather than you. Okay, that's fun. And Kim, that tells me that Dad must be in spirit as well, because they talked to me about this sense that we remember someone in our living room. So there's either pictures or there's sort of almost this small sense of this memorial thing that is acknowledgement as well. So there has to be this father link that's in spirit as well. Very strong smell of cigarette smoke around me as well. So we will talk about him in a minute. So I want you to acknowledge that. And someone just said, we've got, you can give me a last name. So that's, bear with me, Ken. So what's your name? Write that up. But that's Fred Williams. Fred Williams. So that name is relevant as well. Fred Williams. That's fine. And is that right? That's fine. Sorry, they're trying to give me street names as well, Kim. So just bear with me. So sweet, would you understand about that Bardley figure as well, please? That Fred Williams, how that connects, I'm not overly sure, okay? That's fine. That link with you, that's just really interesting the way your brother steps forward, because that link, as soon as I saw your face, I just knew there was someone right instantly there that I wanted to connect to. I need you to know he's around you a lot, okay? He's just saying about the money jar. So someone's been talking about emptying a money jar or getting a money jar, but he's laughing jovially about this money jar that someone's been holding or talking about, okay? So I wonder if it's like a holiday fund. It has to be referenced to listens to that. And whether or not you're getting fresh paving slabs in your back garden or there's just this conservatory link, but there's this reference, this connection that would be symbolic and significant with that as well, okay? That's absolutely fine. So he's watching, right, that's okay. We can talk about it that way. He's watching the construction work being done in the garden, okay? And he just said to me, happy birthday. And he just said David as well. So he talks about birthdays now. Now that birthday is pretty much today, I think. I don't think it's tomorrow or yesterday. It's pretty much today. And he also talks to me about the name David as well. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Well, I don't know. And he acknowledges the nurse as well. So he says that, I wonder if it's you that's a nurse or this sister, but there's a connection to this nurse link as well. Okay, so again, I'll leave your brother's love with you, because it's him that I just wanted to acknowledge. Okay, he's not to say he's ever such a geek. He's kind of very jovial when he comes through, as he wants to make that connection. He just says, tell her I love her, tell her I love her, tell her I miss her. Okay, that's absolutely fine. So I'm going to leave their love with you, and Margaret's with them as well. Is that what the Queen Mother's called now, Richard? Was her name Margaret? I don't know. Well, the Margaret in spirit as well, Kim. Sorry, I don't know. They're making me think of the Queen Mother, and I couldn't work out why. Anyway, Kim, I'll leave their love with you if that's all right, and just say God bless. And Richard, if we can just go through some more comments, please. Ooh. We'll get to Nicola. We'll go to Nicola if that's okay. Nicola McCafferty, if we may speak to you if that's okay, sweet. So instantly, as we step forward, there's a male that connects on Dad's side of the family. So that tells me that Dad would have to be in spirit. So can you confirm that for me, please? And we will acknowledge grandmother on Dad's side that's in spirit, but we'll acknowledge grandmother on Mum's side as well, because she's just stepped forward to coordinate with me. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Now this isn't meant in a sense that's. It is meant in a very positive sense, but she says she knows about the assessment that's going on at the moment. She knows about the assessment that's going on. Feels like that's linked around a child rather than an adult, but it's around what extra support someone can get and the need for that extra help and support. And it's almost like making informed decisions about that. Okay, that's absolutely fine. The other thing I just want to say to you as well is that your granddad said to me, I need her to know I'm not scared. I need her to know I'm not scared. It's this centre around people looking after her and being with her as well. Okay, that's absolutely fine. We've just gone back to that bar link there. Sorry, because we're gonna cross to this grandmother figure. She's the one that's more talking to me. And I don't understand that. Is that she just mentioned about this necklace. Now I'm going to go on with my gut on this and just trust what I saw first. She holds this necklace up, and it's almost like I want to acknowledge about someone's ashes that would be in this necklace as well. Now who that's for, I don't honestly know, but she just talks about this connection with these ashes. Someone would have this necklace that's got ashes in it that she talks about. Okay, she says, as interesting as this is, she says Dad's the one that sends the pigeon. So whatever but whether you've had this symbolism of this pigeon constantly in your garden or coming to stand on the windowsill, there's this reference there that she says Dad sends the pigeon. I don't think he used to work with pigeons or race them. I think it's that reference there. Okay, that's absolutely fine. And also as well, Dad bless him, he's just said to me, will you tell her I'm sorry? So I'm not going to go into the dynamics of that, but he's just stepped forward. He just said, will you tell her I'm sorry? So whether that's about distance or not having the opportunity to say goodbye to you, but he talks about that connection with you as well. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, okay. Just bear with me. Okay, that's fine. Who are you? I've got this lady that's just stepped forward. So Nicola Mum must be spirit side as well. And they've just said to me about this Linda connection. So they talked to me about this reference to Linda. Now, I believe Linda's probably living rather than spirit. But okay, that's fine. You can slow down. But this mother type figure just steps forward and wants to be acknowledged as well. Okay, and she's saying to me, have you got my perfume? So she's laughing about that as well. So there's quite strong fragrances that would be symbolic and significant with her as well. We can talk about that. So Nicola, I just need to know if you're online, please, because I just want to talk to you about this other person that's just stepped forward with you. That's fine. Take a seat. You can stay there. So Nicola, I need to know if that information is making sense just before we go on to move to this next person, if that's all right. And just whilst we're waiting for Nicola just to pop that up, if she's on, bless her, and just bear with the comments. Guys, just mention with my mediumship, I've been doing this now for about 20 years, raised in excess of probably about 18,000 in the last sort of bar the COVID years, about, in the last 5 years. So raise lots of different money for charity, do lots of charity, do lots of different things. I've got a book that's on Amazon, it's called Critical Mediumship. And I've got a page, it's at MediumJoe1, I think the link for it, and it's got the Humber Bridge in the background. Please go follow it. It's got lots of content about mental health, about spiritual development, all these different things that you can engage in. And Richard, is Nicola commenting any further, sir? Perfect, that's absolutely fine. So just Nicola's still on. Nicola, would you understand about this? As I was just talking a moment ago, I just had this energy of this person just in this car accident. Okay, so just want to acknowledge this reference and this connection to a male that we would understand that would be in a car accident. Now, I wonder if that's a friend's son or if that's like, say if we've got, for example, this is an example, we've got a sibling, it's their partner's son, but there's something about this male that passed in this car accident. The talk, just the speed, the incredible speed that goes with that, okay? So there's this male that just stepped forward in that way as well, okay? And bless him, without talking too much about his passing, there's something about either someone being taken out of the car or being found next to the car, but quite sort of very, very, very nasty accent. And he just says to her, you tell her that I'm safe as well. So there's that reference, that acknowledgement there as well, okay? So sweet. We've not had any other comments about the other stuff, so I hope that other bits make sense. I'm going to leave. Sorry, say that again, Richard. No, that's fine. Okay, so there's no other comments on there at the moment. That's absolutely fine. So we're going to leave that with you, Nicola, if that's okay. We're just going to say God bless. Now, Richard, are we due for a break? Is this the point that we go for a break, or do we carry on? Oh yeah, so people just asking about, look, it's called Critical Mediumship, which on reflection is a little bit of a pompous title. But the lady who taught me, when she read it, she said it's more of a rant than a book, but it's quite informative, and it's got contributions from brilliant people. So from the likes of Robin Boy, who was involved with the Skull experiment. If you don't know anything about the Skull experiment, you need to go and research that. It's also got input as well, interviews with the most amazing mathematician Trisha Roy from Edinburgh University as part of the Scottish Society for Psychical Research. Again, her books are online. She is absolutely, when we talk about evidence-based mediumship and evidence-based for survival after death, Robin Boy, who was from Grimsby originally but went to Norfolk, and Trisha Roy and her links with actually Roy and that whole core group of people. You want to know about evidence-based and science-based contributions to survival after death, that is the direction you need to go, because some of that work, it absolutely just, it's of the highest standard. So yeah, Richard, we'll go for a quick break if that's okay.
Tomorrow morning from 11 a.m, Bree Wilson continues with her show, Influencing Your Life. Bree offers her own guidance and advice, while supporting you with everyday situations, past life readings, and future support. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m. we have an evening of free mediumship readings with Bill Hughes and his guest. Our regular fortnightly show, Collective Consciousness, offers our viewers an opportunity to receive messages from their loved ones.
Perfect. Hi, welcome back, everybody. Okay, Richard, just put those comments back on the screen for me, if that's all right. And I don't know if you can change how you show me that. Oh, that's perfect. That's absolutely fine. That's gone back. So we can just have those comments going back. And just again, genuine, just shout out to Richard and the team at SPTV, because the amount of work they do behind the scenes is absolutely unbelievable. And the time that they dedicate every Saturday night, the Wednesdays, you know, the brunches that they do. Just phenomenal work to give people like myself a platform to be able to do this work. So just thank you to them. We'll get Jennifer Clark, if that's okay. Jennifer, we shall speak to you if that's all right. Jennifer, I want to just talk about this male that sets forward. So we can just talk about dad that will be in spirit. So just want to acknowledge that. So just need a yes or no with that father and that will be in spirit, please, if that's all right. Interestingly, whether this is with you or with mum's side or him, I wasn't sure if it was 5 or 7 siblings, but they talked to me about this number of siblings that would be important as well, not necessarily in spirit, but this connection with that link, because he talks about that large family connection. Okay, Jennifer, he also talks to me about this younger person that will connect with us, that's going through educational stuff at the minute or being tested, so whether that be SATs or GCSEs, but he's been talking about that connection with me as well. Okay, that's absolutely fine. And I have to put my biases aside when I say this. This male figure also talks to me about this someone supporting Tottenham Hotspurs. So I don't think someone's having trials for that, but I wonder if someone's got a younger person that's got links to that club, because he talks about that football connection being important. Okay, that's absolutely fine. We'll talk about that. Jennifer, I just want to talk about this other lady that's stepping forward as well. So I just want to bring this mother figure that steps forward as well. So mum has to be in spirit as well, please, sweet, because I want me to acknowledge about this lady that steps forward who just, it almost feels like that really strong motherly love. So I'm hesitant to say it's grandmother, but it just comes through the connection, that unconditional love and that connection that she wants to make with you. And she just said to me, will you tell her thank you for caring, thank you for caring, thank you for being there for me? Okay, that's absolutely fine. We could talk about, did someone do that, or is that, she talks about these problems as well that someone's got with their collarbone at the moment. So either someone's had a recent fall and injured it, or someone's broken it, but they talk about that connection there as well. That's fine. We'll talk to you in a minute, sir. So, Richard, is there any comments coming back with that, please, sir? No? Okay, that's absolutely fine. So we will move on. Just before I do, Richard, just to say with Jennifer, oh, fab. Okay, that's fine. So we will very quickly just say, just with that as well, Jennifer, there's something about this male that's in spirit as well that had issues with alcohol as well. Who he is, not overly sure. Don't think it's dad, don't think it's uncle. I'm not overly sure who he is, but he just kind of stepped forward in the background. Okay, so just we'll leave that with Jennifer if that's all right. And Richie, just pop her comments up as we go through if any of that makes sense to her, and we'll move on to the next person if that's all right, sir. Okay. Okay. We will go back to that lady just before, if that's okay. Lady from Belgium, we'll try and make a connection with her. Kim, yes, that's fine. Yeah, Kim, hi, good evening, sweetie. We'll just try and make a connection with you. That's fine. I don't understand that. Okay, Kim, we're just going to start. We will work spiritually with you and we'll make that connection directly. I just want to talk about, that's fine, we're going to go back to him in a minute. It's fine, just bear with me, someone else talking to him. Perfect, that's absolutely fine. Sorry about that, Kim. Kim, we're going to just go to Dad's side of the family, okay? So we're going to bring through grandmother because I just want to acknowledge her first. Hi, you. And I just want to acknowledge Kim. Can you just tell me very quickly, yes or no, would you understand that Dad would be in spirit for us? We've got this male that steps forward, that kind of swings in on that side, okay? He's just said to me, this male, if this is Dad, he just said to me, do you know what? I've been watching someone bake cakes. I've been watching someone make cakes. He's been watching these youngsters. Imagine in your picture, he's been watching these younger people bake or make cakes in the last couple of days as well, because he's been making that reference with me. So Kim, can you just let me know if that's making sense to you so far, sweet? And just as we do that, there's another lady that stepped forward, so I just want to acknowledge her as well because she's very slightly different. Okay, and Kim, I wonder if you must attend a centre that space for meditation, or I don't think it's yoga, it has to be meditation. Something about this ability to link with ourselves on a deeper level. So this meditative state that they want me to acknowledge with you as well. That's absolutely fine. And I just want to acknowledge on Granddad's side of the family as well. On Dad's side of the family, his grandfather figure. It's just very interesting. This older chap that stepped forward, just got a pipe in mouth, and I can feel him just smoking away on this pipe. Okay, that's absolutely fun. Kim, it's unbelievable how many people in spirit are around you. It's just, it's quite interesting, just all these different energies that are just stepping forward. Now, I had this lady that stepped forward a moment ago, and I don't think it's mom, don't think it's grandmother. I'm not overly sure who she is. It's either auntie or friend, but she just said, I'm going to use her word as well, and I'll explain it to conscious, you might not understand it with you being in Belgium. She just said, I withered away, and she just talks about just fading away and just getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and she just talks about that care and that support that you give her before she passed over. Okay, so I wonder if that's on the in-law side of families. I wonder if that's mother-in-law or perhaps that connection in that sort of way. Okay, that's fine. Your dad, bless him, just as he steps forward, he just says, oh, my heart's all right, you know, my heart's fine now. So he talks about someone, I imagine him, that would have had a heart bypass, or just these references there as well, okay? That's absolutely fine. And everybody's most haunted. They just said to me, will you just ask if she's got the clock sorted? Just ask if she's got the clock sorted. So that's reference to a clock that doesn't work properly in the family home, okay? That is amazing. Thank you ever so much for that. And I don't know who just told me this, but they just said to me, will you let her know we've been watching these younger children go down this water slide, or it's almost like, you know, the ones that you have in the garden that you just lay out and you have the water and you can slide down it. It's been watching children do that as well. So there's this reference, that sense, that connection there as well. Okay, that's fine. And is that someone going, or is that Ben? Is they going, or the Ben? Someone's off to Switzerland, Ken. Someone's off to Switzerland. Yeah, I had to just check that because Switzerland always makes me think of watches, but no, someone's off to Switzerland. So would you understand that as well, please, sweet? So Kim, lots of different energies just coming around you. Just very, very interesting. Okay, so I'm just going to leave their love with you, and I'm just going to say God bless. And Richard, if we just continue to plod through the comments. Should we go to Heidi Spicer? Is that okay? That's fine. Okay. Just say, just to explain this, because I like it when I can't see people's faces and I can only see names, because it's that extra challenge, it's that extra bit of that mechanics that you have to work out, and kind of just, it's a big test for me. So particularly in this sort of environment when we're online and it's live. So just bear with me, Heidi, one moment. Okay, Heidi, instantly, I just want to talk about this lady that steps forward on mum's side of the family. It's actually making me laugh. Would you understand that mum would be in spirit, please? Can we just acknowledge that first? And she brings in this other lady as well, who's kind of chuntering away in the background, and I can just see her knitting in the background. Okay, that's okay. That's absolutely fine. So, sweet, would you understand that mum connection that would be in spirit, please? Oh, your picture's popped up now. Is that yeah? Perfect. That's absolutely fine. Yeah. Oh, is it on Facebook and YouTube, Richard? Is it? That's absolutely fine. Perfect. So we've got this lady figure that steps forward that will be a mum connection to us. Okay, that's absolutely fine. She also talks to me about care homes as well. So whether you work in a care home or whether she was in a care home, but there'll be that acknowledgement there as well. Okay. And she just said, "Oh, is your chest all right, Heidi?" So she talks about giving healing to our chest as well. So either you've had a chest infection, or there's been issues there, or she's just a prompt to quit smoking. But there's that sense there as well. Okay, that's absolutely fine. She's, and again, Heidi, I'd rather be honest with someone, and I'd rather be wrong, but I don't want to offend anyone or upset anyone. She just said, "Oh, well, she's a bit annoyed at Dad." So whether or not she kind of can see ourselves raising our fist at Dad, so that tells me that Dad's probably in spirit as well. Okay, so if he's been over there quite a while, and he kind of feels, I can feel just that, not that his distance, but that distance when I think about it, that would tell me that he's been over there for a while. Okay, and I'm laughing because he makes me laugh. He says, do you understand about the male that, how odd, do you understand? I don't think it was intoxicated, but do you understand about the male that tripped over in the street and had to be helped up, or fell over and couldn't get back up? Would you understand that, please? And I don't think that's Dad. I think that's another story. So Dad must have watched that happen. Okay, that's fine. Your mum just said to me, she kind of just did this, and she said, oh, so I could feel this anxiety. And she's not anxious now, but she's saying to me, tell her I'm not frightened anymore. Tell her I'm not confused anymore as well. And she said, tell her those infections are not there. They're just not there. Okay. So she's well again. So I need you to know that around you. Okay. That's absolutely fine. She goes, and she kind of puts her hand on a photo. So when you do that to your mum, she acknowledged that around you. That's fine. And I'm laughing. I love it when they make me laugh. But she just said to me, oh, I've got that parrot with me as well. So she's got this parrot, and she talks about Percy as well. So she talks about that with me as well. Absolutely fine. And that goes way back, way back. So I don't know if this is your childhood, or is this something that story mum would told? But there's something about someone finding, it's quite an old thing to say. I don't think this kind of happens anymore, does it? But about finding a bag of kittens, that just coming across this bag of kittens that I guess have been disposed of. So that would be alive, not deceased. That the kittens, is someone coming across them and almost like thinking, well, what we're going to do with them. Okay, so she acknowledges that as a really strong memory link as well. Okay, the other thing that she does to me, Heidi, I wonder if you're local to me, because they've just said to me about Castle Hill. Now, she's a hospital near me, so when I think of Castle Hill, if you're not near to me, that's fine. Castle Hill always makes me think about cancer. That always makes me think about someone that would have had that. So whether or not that was a connection with mum, or whether or not someone's recently treated for that, but there'd be that sense there as well. Okay, it's absolutely fine. Heidi, would you also understand that you've got, I don't think it's uncle, I don't think it's son, I think it's a nephew. Would you also understand, would you also understand about the younger male, that this nephew connection that would be in spirit as well, please, sweet? It's absolutely fine. I can't, I reckon, Heidi, that kitten thing's right, and you'll go away and you'll work out. So I'm gonna make a jestful bet on that, because out of everything that I said, that felt the strongest. Okay, but you just let me know about this reference. So you're going to your local hospital. That's perfect. So the reference out there. But would you understand this younger male that passed? And if not, we might have to open this up to everyone else because he steps forward in a slightly different way. Yes, nephew, perfect, that's fine. So do you understand about him passing in a tragic way or a traumatic way, please? Because he talks about this incident. My head that hurts. I wonder if he was in a fight or there's something about a head injury there. They'd want me to make that connection, that reference there with that as well. So that's fine. He talks to me about the name Andrew, so I imagine that's living rather than spirit. But he also talks about this connection as well to Scotland. So someone's off to Scotland as well, okay? And as well, how interesting, a really interesting chapter. He just says to me about, just give me that again, someone's having dizzy spells at the minute as well. So, Richard, I might need your help with this. When you have issues with hearing where you go vertigo, that's what I was looking for. Someone must be having issues with vertigo at the moment as well. That's fine. So, Heidi, lots of different things coming through for you there, sweet. So I'm going to leave their love with you, and I'm just going to say, God bless. And Richard, we just plod through those comments again, please. Just whilst I'm doing that, guys, at Medium Joe 1 is my page. I do private readings. Don't make sense, don't charge. Don't honest we had. Check out my page. And if Savannah's still watching, just thank you ever so much again, sweet, for your support. I really, really appreciate it. Okay. Okay, we'll just keep going through Richard. In fact, so very quickly, guys, please don't put who you've got in spirit in the comments because I'd rather go to with absolutely no information than anything else. I'd rather be wrong. We'll go to Chrissy if that's okay. Just go back one. Okay, that's really interesting because it's going to start with another person. We're going to bring to your grandmother on in spirit on mum's side of the family. Just because you picture there, it got me to think about this nostalgic sort of thing. And she just came through and she said, I made that. So I'm not on about that picture there per se. But she's saying to me that we must own something that she made. And it feels like a fabric. So it's either a dress or it's a tablecloth. But she talks about that being relevant. Okay, absolutely fine. And she just said to me, which is who was going to go to earlier as well, wasn't it? So Chrissy, I've got Dad here as well. So Dad must be spirit as well, sweet, because she talks about this male that's stepping forward as well. Interestingly, that's really interesting. I can just feel someone playing a harmonica in my mind. So I can feel this sensation of someone playing that. I don't think that's Dad, but that must be a memory that would go back. Okay, that's absolutely fine. And she says to me about the sewing machine as well. So someone's been using a sewing machine here. So someone's been using that or thinking of getting it out or there's something about that that's relevant. Okay, perfect. So that she made the dresses, that's perfect. Someone is looking at doing that now. Someone's looking at getting into sewing or knitting. It's not knitting. Someone's looking to get into sewing. Someone has to be doing that. Okay, so there has to be that reference there. Okay, that's fine. And give me that again. That's Norton. She talks to me about the last name Norton as well. Okay, and she also says to me that Park, like Park Street or Parkton Street or this Park Street. There's such a strong reference there to that. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Interestingly, just all these energies just flowing around me in my mind. Just all these different personalities just to step forward with you. So Chrissy, just on that. Do we understand that Dad would be in spirit, please, sweet? Because I just want to acknowledge that before I go on to this next lady that steps forward in my mind, because she's quite interesting. Just take a breather as well for one moment. Perfect. Okay, see, Dad sends his love, Chrissy. And I just want to acknowledge as well, you must have a sister in spirit as well. I've got this lady that steps forward, that feels like a sister energy. Now, they also talk to me about the name Beth. I think it's Beth rather than Bev, and Bethany, I imagine, would be living. So that name is important. So, sweet, just yes or no, would you understand about this sister connection, please? Because there's this references connection there about this energy, this lady that stepped forward that just feels slightly different to everyone else. Perfect. Will you also understand as well that mum's in spirit as well? Because it's this very faint sense. I couldn't quite catch if this lady would step forward in that way. Okay, that's absolutely fine. And we could talk about that. And they just said to me, did we get the jaw sorted as well? So someone's had problems with that. I imagine the lower part of the teeth or the jaw, particularly around this part of my neck, just this part here, because I feel like I need to give healing to that sensation there as well. And they talked to me about the name Tony being really, really important as well. So Tony, bless him, he asked me in spirit, who he is, don't know. Doesn't fit in my system and how we work things, but he just stepped forward and just on that cigarette, just stood there, just tapping away. Okay, so it's like he'd been over there for quite a while. Okay, you saw what you saw in your house. You saw what you saw in your house. So that's absolutely fine. What's the not in spirit bit? Was that, please, Richard? Okay, so I don't know what that's referencing. No, I wonder if that's a sister connection, but I don't honestly know. But perfect. So there's this reference. Do we just clarify that sister link, please? Because it feels like there's this spirit. Just say yes or no, sister next to it, please, Chris. That's all right. There's just that sense of this other lady that's just kind of stood next to me in my mind. Don't think it's a friend. Don't think it's cousin. Oh, Tony's in spirit. Perfect. That's fine. So there's that acknowledgement there. Thank you ever so much. That's sweet. And that interesting. Just that connection there. Just step forward very, very differently to anyone else in my system. So lots of just all these different energies just going around you. Chrissy, whether this is Tony or Dad, but they talked to me about the person that I think was in hospital that needed, like, could feel someone pressure on my chest. They're talking to me, this resuscitation as well. So someone in this hospital requiring treatment for that as well. And they didn't survive it. So whatever triggered that, they didn't survive that. Okay, that's fine. This Tony figure, by the way, he just laughs in a very, very jestful way. He just said to me, oh, is their toe all right now? So someone's got problems with the big toe at the minute as well, or their foot. And it's an ongoing niggle, okay? So he just laughs in a very jestful way. So he gives healing for that, okay? That's absolutely fine. And he said, Lee. And he just mentions that over and over again, okay? Because he means in a very jestful sense, but you could write a book on just how, just random perhaps is the wrong word, just the events that have gone in your life, just lots of different things, okay? Just lots of interesting just scenarios that would just kind of come through, okay? So Chrissy, I'm going to leave their love with you because lots of different energies coming through, and it'll leave their love with you. And I'm just going to say God bless and just thank you. And Richard, please, can we go next one? Just say again, very thank you to everyone to SPTV for having me along. And just, you know, I never ever thank my guys, but thank you ever just massively. Just thank you to my guides for just allowing me to do this and connecting me with this. So Richard, if we can please, let's go to these next comments, if that's okay, guys. Okay. Oh, we'll go to Fiona if that's okay, guys. And just for when you do this, like, I would never want to know who's in. Oh, okay. So Fiona, we'll work with you. I hadn't read that last bit, but please don't put in your comments who you want me to connect with, because I'd rather be honest with you and get things wrong than, you know, go from information. So Fiona, we're just going to bring through this acknowledgement. Talk about this father figure that steps forward, okay? So he talks to me about this connection with you. He says to me that August is important as well. So that'll be the 4th or the 14th, but he talks about that connection being important, okay? The other thing I want to say to you as well is that, interesting, you just pop that up, that blue, I'm not sure what that little sign is, but he talks to me about ribbons that would be symbolic as well. So I wonder if that's reference. Oh, is that hats? Is it? Thank you, Richard. But he references this connection to these little ribbons as well. That would be pertinent and poignant as well, because he wants me to talk about that connection as well. Okay, that's absolutely fine. And also as well, if you mentioned these two twins, I don't pick up on this sense of these children being in spirit. If there's these children, these twins in spirit, there's something about this connection with someone where they're laid to rest and there's water, because I can hear water running around me. So there's something symbolic or significant about that as well. Okay, that's absolutely fine. They write the name Pat in my head as well, so they want me to talk about that connection there as well. So Fiona, we must understand that this father figure that's stepping forward, he's the main one that kind of steps forward around me. It's interesting because he says to me as well, he just said, ask about the bird in the house. So if that hasn't happened, will you watch this? Like, all right, blackbird or this robin getting in, just reference that connection. Just watch one getting in the house, please, and you can search or through a window. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Fiona, I've got just a short message, but I just wanted to acknowledge that father figure that was stepping forward, because I had it in my mind earlier. So I'm going to leave their love with you if that's okay. I'm just going to say God bless. And just, Richard, if we can just plod through some more comments, please, because I'm just conscious of the time. And just whilst doing this, guys, please check my page out at Medium Joe 1, the book Critical Mediumship on Amazon. I know he said System 1 then, because I'm thinking about work there. But yeah, everyone. Okay. Let's just plod through these. I'm just conscious about the time. Perfect. Oh, perfect. Okay, let's go through this. You can tell I'm slowing down, guys. My energy is starting to dip. So let's just see if we can just do one more. Let's just see if we can go through this. Okay. That's fine. We're going to go to Kate. We'll go to Kate. We'll try and do a couple more. We'll go to just Kate, please, if that's okay. Oh, that's okay. Kate, we're going to bring through these two males just first straight away, please, sweet, if that's okay. So just need to be quick as we say that. I want you to talk about this male that's on dad's side of the family. This is either father or uncle, and I will tell you who I think that is in one moment. But I've got this younger male that's just instantly just come and stood just right here in my mind. So someone that's really, really close. So I don't think this is brother. I think this is, it has to be a younger male. So would you understand about this young male that stepped forward, please? That would be in spirit. It's either son or nephew. I don't think it's brother, but there's something about this younger male that just comes and stands really close to you. And as I think about him, he just, that pull of that grief, just to say that he's around and he needs people to know that he's safe. So would you understand that, please, sweet? That's absolutely fine. It's just would you, I don't think if it's son, that's fine, but just on this, you understand that it's either son or nephew or there's just this younger male that has to be around us, please, sweet, okay? Just this sense of so quickly with that. And I wonder, I think it's probably dad that's in wonder. How does that sound? Dad has to be in spirit as well, okay? So these two males that are just stuck there with me, okay? Just this sense, just this, with this younger person, just this, such a strong sense, just this grief that just pulls him in and just says, I'm here, tell her I'm here, tell her I'm here, tell her here, tell her I'm safe, tell her I'm safe, tell her I know about the candles, tell her I know about the candles, okay? And he just keeps saying this to me over and over again. And he just says to me, they asked for signs and I tried to show them. They asked for signs and I tried to show them. So this sense around trying to bring that connection forth with him, okay? That's absolutely fine. This younger chap, he's got pictures with him and he's got photos and he's got a letter or a card. There's just things that are just with him as well, that are just around him, okay? It's absolutely fine. Why are we talking about Northampton Football Club, say? And just this sense around someone have a connection to Arsenal Football Club as well. That would be the other reference that they want me to make, okay? That's absolutely fine. So all these different energies. So Richard, is there any other comments that are coming through with that? Oh, spot on. Perfect, that's absolutely fine. Thank you. Sorry, Kate, just there's a little bit delay with Facebook sometimes. So just lots of different things that are just going on around there. Whether it's Joseph or Jacob, but there's a real sense about that name that is significant as well. And they just said, oh, lift up a chain, ask her about a chain, lift up a chain. So whoever you wear around your neck in memory, they know about that as well, okay? This father again, this younger male, just kiss you on the forehead there, and they just say they just want to wrap their arms around you, okay? Whether it's referencing you as mum or he wants to talk to his mum, but there's a sense about wanting to connect with mum as well, okay? So Kate, I'm going to leave their love with you if that's okay, and I'm just going to say God bless. And Richard, I think that is me pretty much done, sir. So I'm going to start to draw to a close if that's okay. So everyone, thank you ever so much for joining tonight. Again, just thank you to Richard, just for all, and the whole SBTV team, and thank you everyone for watching. Hope you had a lovely evening, and I'll say God bless and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. Good night.
Spiritual Psychics TV presents an holistic fair on Saturday the 11th of June, offering the best in spiritual readers and market stalls. Join us from 10 AM until 4:30 PM. Throughout the day there will be many stalls such as natural polished crystals and stones, qualified complementary therapists offering spiritual healing. This exciting day is being held at the Waterlooville Community Centre, with plenty of free parking. A wide range of handmade products including candles, oils, jewelry, naturally organic and vegan soaps, creams, and bath bombs. Not forgetting the kids, we have face painting and a bouncy castle to enjoy all day. For those who are interested in potions, spells, and essentials oils, then we have a stall for you here as well. Maybe you're looking for a reading, be it mediumistic, palm, or tarot. 11 readers are available throughout the day. Refreshments such as drinks and light snacks are being provided by the 1940s tea room from Havant. Plenty of free workshops, talks, and a demonstration of mediumship are also planned during the day. For more information, please visit mbs.spiritualpsychicstv.online.
Spiritual Psychics TV is hosting the first annual recognition of achievements, acknowledging those who dedicate their lives to a spiritual act of kindness. Spiritual Psychics TV, bringing spiritual people together.